Utility shelf crammed with mismatched tools and items. There was a claw hammer on the shelf. Did I take the hammer? Yes. As I took the hammer, I noticed it wasn't as dusty as the rest of the tools on the shelf. Utility shelf crammed with mismatched tools. There's a claw hammer on the shelf. Did I take the hammer? I guess I don't get to take the hammer. Locker was a complete mess. Hidden at the bottom, though, was a magnetic card. Did I take the card? Yes. I slipped the key card in my pocket. My pockets are getting so full. From the musty smell, I assume no one used this locker for a long time. Probably right. Another panel that hook up time. Back on. Press the button. Hey! Fell out. Hey! That's 5. Now how the shit to get back downstairs? I suppose I use stairs, but who knows in these strange days we all live in. I struck with a hammer. The wooden boards came apart easily. After I removed the planks, I left the hammer on the floor. It's hard being this intelligent. This was my locker. There in the factory. It stank of booze. There was a picture of Rachel inside. It looked like it had been torn up. I thought I'd taken the picture home when the factory closed. She was nothing but bad memories. The floor was littered with old liquor bottles. I wondered if that man in the house had something to do with this. He sure had a lot of alcohol at his place. It reeked of the sour stench of leftover liquor. That's too leftover liquor. You can't say that heavily. That's a lot of leftover liquor. It's like, there's nothing but leftover liquor in this lascivious room. Bottom floor. Hey! Open up, please. Padlock's working in. The door was unlocked. Do I go through the door? Yes. I pushed on the handle and stepped through the door. A rack of flashlights hung on the wall. One of them was missing. Wait a minute. They were exactly the same as the flashlight I was carrying. I turned mine over and looked at the bottom. Judging by the label, it definitely could have come from that rack. Bed pounded as I stepped back outside, once again enveloped in the scent of pine trees and muck. Path down was terribly dark, and I was grateful that my flashlight was still working. I wondered, though, was it taken from the plant? It sure seemed to, but how did I get a hold of it? I had little choice but to follow the path and hope that it would get me back to my town. To town, I wondered. Norman had his store along a main road. Was he close? If he was, I could certainly use some help. I have got just terrible news. Ooh. A pickup had smashed into the guardrail and stood silent. Was this the truck that those newspaper clippings mentioned? Was there really a body found here too? I looked closer at the tailgate and could see a series of dried streaks down its back. Inside the truck was dried blood and broken glass. I was surprised that this hadn't been towed away yet. It's fun walking down memory lane. Isn't it, Robert? Oh, that's a good transition, and I don't like it at all. Out we go. Damn, back to the city. The garbage bin was a disgusting mess of rotten food in slick black bags. Saw a thin greenish corner poking out from one of the bags. It was my driver's license. It looked damaged. Did I take it back? Yes. I cleaned the card off as best I could. It looked pretty beat up. I was amazed to have found my credit card, and now this. I took the card in my wallet next to my credit card. Did somebody steal this from me? I wonder why they would have stashed it there. Sounded like it was going to start raining again. So let's think about this. I now have the gun, the knife, the receipt. a credit card. I have 2 forms of identification. A bloody knife that we know has been used in a murder, and a gun that probably killed the guy at the start of the game. I am just the state's attorney's dream of perfect killer, because I've got 2 forms of ID and all the murder weapons. I have blood on me. I have exact memories of the scenes of the crime. Man, we're doing great. We're doing fine. Everything's going my way. I'm walking on sunshine. I had Anna Norman's place. This was the back of the store that he ran. It was oddly quiet, except for a faint sound of a television. You do not say, pal. Let's pause for a moment, and I'll take a drink of the nearest drink we have. It's important to stay hydrated while talking a lot. Or watching THATTOWN Horrorama. Alright, front door, stairs. Front door, stairs, front door, stairs, front stairs. It's got a feeling we're going to mimic the start of the game now. What the hell? One of Rachel's old autumn coats hung on a rack. That was Norman's bedroom, wasn't it? What was this doing here? A speck of something dark and wet stained one of the sleeves. Could it be blood? No, that sounds crazy. Inside the cabinet was a small but impressive collection of hunting rifles, shotguns, and even a few items I didn't think were legal here. One of the slots on the rack was empty. The gun I had found seemed to match the others there. If the handgun was Norman's, what the hell was he doing with it? The gun would fit here. Do I place it back in the cabinet? Yes. I carefully pushed the piece back in place and felt a great burden lifted. I don't think this is funny. This is nervous laughter. Okay. It's going fine. Let's look at the television. The TV still flickered some indecipherable commercial. I couldn't make out what was on the screen, but that glow just gave me the chills. Oh no, I couldn't believe what I was seeing. Norman, my coworker and one of the few friends I had in this town, lay dead beside his armchair. His face and shirt were covered in blood. It looked like he'd been shot trying to get up. His eyes were wide with shock, though they were already drying. Norman, what was Rachel doing here? Why did you have her coat? Norman, maybe you deserve better. You probably did. Did I close his eyes? That's the good Christian thing to do, so we shall. I closed his eyelids down, shuddering as I did so. I wasn't sure if I wanted to give him peace, or if I just couldn't stand to think anymore about what was going on. Also, we want to make sure that we have 2 good fingerprints on the eyelid for when the CSIs get here. Kitchen table. I guess this was Norman's kitchen table. He kept it clean enough, but there was a water rings left from 2 cups still there in the wood. 2 cups? Norman lived alone. I'd never been at Norman's place before. At least I don't remember doing so. Trash can? The trash bin smelled fresh. I didn't dig through that mess, did I? Yes. I found a hairpin amongst the rotting food and trash, pocketed it. A hairpin. There were takeout containers of food scraps. Looked like Norman was eating for 2. He was pregnant? No. All the worse. I am trying to offload this knife now that I know I can, like, get rid of evidence. What was this? It looked like a pull chain hanging from the ceiling. I wonder where it led. Do I pull the chain? Hell yes, we pull that chain. Gave the chain a single tug, and a simple folding ladder at the attic popped down. Hey Norman, I'm not judging, but like, what the hell are these? Let's see. There was a large cardboard box that hadn't been sealed. Do I open it? Yes. I opened the old cardboard box and wasn't entirely surprised by what I saw. There were more of Rachel's things, more of my wife's clothes, photos, shoes, even that old radio I gave her. Why, Rachel? What were you doing here? With Norman? I just couldn't believe it. My head ached with everything that was running through it. But it's in the attic, man. Just for the shit of it, is there anything else I can trigger up here? No. Okay. Front door it is. What a strange journey this game's been so far. Front door. I used the hairpin to pick the lock. The hairpin snapped in half, so I threw it away. Ah, damn. Okay. The general store was small, but it was clean. It had the usual things: postcards, snacks, magazines, and canned goods. Never went there much. Rachel usually stopped by after work if we needed anything. There was a register that was mostly empty, and a fat stack of travel magazines sat beside it. I wondered if someone had robbed the place before killing Norman upstairs. Probably not. I feel like, and don't let me speak for you, dear Robert, I feel like that's not the killer's MO. Eye socks seem to be unplugged. It must have been off for a while. Most of its contents were half melted. Well, if they're half melted, they're still okay. There were various postcards from the area, especially from the tourist traps. One of the postcards showed an old black and white photo of the water tower. It looked to be in much better shape then. Of all the postcards, that one seemed to be the most popular. There were only a few left. It had been weeks since I'd last seen Norman, and finding him that way still left me cold. Thinking of him slumped against that chair only cemented my reassurance in getting rid of that gun. It looked like someone had taken that piece from his store. But what was all those songs? As I stepped outside, I recalled the dusty old box of clothes in Norman's attic. I had only discovered more questions, no answers, but I was close to home. It was time to find out the truth. The Truth, by the way, is a very good podcast you should check out sometime. It's an anthology, so you can just pick it up anywhere. Got this door. Got this door. And one more of these. And yet another. Okay. I'm going to choose the last door. I had the wrong gate. This one was locked. Damn. Hey, second try. The neighborhood's local post box. The letter was sticking out as if someone hadn't pushed it all the way in. I knew it wasn't right, but did I look at the letter? Yeah, we've already committed a couple felonies tonight. Why not one more? The envelope was addressed to Norman. There was no return address. The handwriting looked familiar. I took a deep breath and tore open the package. Norman, I'm saying this to you in a letter because I'm afraid to tell you this in person. What we did, well, it was wrong. My husband isn't an easy man to be with, but he is my husband and your friend. I need some time to sort this out away from you both. I'm going away for a while. I'm going to tell him. Norman, so don't think you can hold that against me. Maybe we'll work it out. I'm not sure if I only want to, but he deserves that much at least. Goodbye. Okay. Bets on the twist. Is there one, or is it going to be straightforward? I didn't know what to think. My mind was racing. My heart was pounding. I had to get home. I just had to. I had the wrong gate. This one was locked. Damn. Wrong gate. Well, I saw blood. I entered her backyard. The rain gave me a terrible sense of foreboding, and it chilled me through to my clothes. It's chilled me through my clothes. There we go. I was expectant, but also afraid. I held my breath as I approached our back door. I was terrified to step inside. We're going to do it anyway.